What if I told you the secret to never feeling lack again has been written for millennia and was also practically revealed in Eva Hartley's Manifest and Receive? Psalm 23 is not merely a beautiful passage, it's a code for aligning with the source. And when you grasp how to apply this code with the right vibrational keys, doors begin to open. Today, you'll discover how to transform this prayer into a living force, capable of manifesting abundance, protection, and purpose. We're not talking theory, we're talking results. And by the end, you'll understand why this fusion could be the answer you've been waiting for years. So, if you're tired of waiting for a miracle and want to learn how to create a vibrational field that attracts what you desire, stay with me until the very last second. What you're about to hear might never have been explained this way before. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a life where nothing is lacking, where every need is already met before it's even felt. Today, we will together unlock one of the most powerful codes ever revealed, Psalm 23, and how it connects to Eva Hartley's Manifest and Receive method to activate instant abundance in your life. The Psalm that awakens. Hidden abundance. Psalm 23 is not merely an ancient text to be recited in moments of distress. It is a spiritual code that activates a frequency of provision and unshakable security. When Eva Hartley states in Manifest and Receive that you already possess all that you seek, she is describing precisely what this psalm proclaims. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want is not in the future tense nor a conditional promise. It is a present state. It is a vibrational declaration. By uttering this with faith, you are informing the universe and your subconscious that you already reside within the flow of abundance. Imagine waking up and, before any worry sets in, affirming with conviction that you lack nothing. Not because circumstances dictate it, but because your faith establishes this reality. This is the distinction between those who merely repeat words and those who energetically align themselves with them. Eva Hartley teaches that manifestation begins with internal recognition, not external waiting. When your "I shall not want" ceases to be a phrase and becomes your identity, your magnetic field shifts. You begin to act, think, and feel like someone who already possesses. This opening verse alone contains the entire blueprint for abundance: acknowledgement of the source, trust in divine care, and renunciation of the fear of scarcity. Manifest and Receive refers to this as the state of possession, where there is neither anxiety nor desperate searching. God does not place you on a path for you to beg for blessings, but rather for you to walk knowing they are already guaranteed. And this inner posture is what attracts provision with less effort and more flow. Every word of Psalm 23 was inspired to align your vibration with the field of divine generosity. The Lord is my shepherd is the anchor that dispels doubt. I shall not want is the key that locks the door of scarcity. When you repeat this daily, you are not asking, you are confirming. And confirmation is the energy of one who already has. It is akin to planting a seed with the certainty that it will germinate. You do not dig every day to see if it has grown. You water it and wait with confidence. This confidence changes everything. Insecure individuals oscillate in frequency, attracting and then losing. Convinced individuals remain in the flow and receive continuously. Eva Hartley asserts that true manifestation is not an isolated event, but a permanent state. Psalm 23 places you in this state. It is not a conditional promise contingent upon human effort, but a decree that adjusts your energy to remain on the path of abundance. The secret lies in refraining from turning the psalm into a mechanically repeated charm. It is a key, and keys only function when turned correctly. Turn this key with feeling, presence, and a clear vision of your desires. When you declare, "I shall not want," visualize your bank account replenished, your health fortified, and your relationships at peace. This is not delusion. It is vibrational anticipation. the very principle that manifest and receive employs to materialize dreams. And remember, you are not alone in this process. When you utter this psalm, you activate not only spiritual laws, but also the unseen movement that orchestrates the stage for your harvest. It is as if the universe, guided by the shepherd, reconfigures the pathways to ensure that what is rightfully yours reaches you. Today, by grasping this revelation, you are not merely reading a biblical passage. You are activating a code of abundance that has lain dormant in your life. Now that you've grasped the power inherent in the opening words of Psalm 23, it's time to delve deeper. In the next chapter, we will immerse ourselves in the vibrational identity underpinning this verse and explore how it can transform your daily life and manifestations. Close your eyes and envision every cell in your body resonating in perfect harmony with the certainty that you are guided, protected, and provided for. This is the vibrational state that Psalm 23 depicts, and that Eva Hartley elucidates in Manifest and Receive. Today, we will comprehend the identity you adopt when consciously embodying this psalm and the profound impact this has on manifestation. Eva Hartley teaches that you don't attract what you want, but what you are. Psalm 23 is a portrait of the vibrational identity of one who lives in total trust. When you declare, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," you are placing yourself in the role of someone who walks without fear of lack. This is not the discourse of one who waits, but of one who already possesses. And here lies the key. It is not your request that moves provision, but your inner state. When you embody this identity, your energy shifts, and reality begins to reorganize around you. Vibrational identity is the sum of the beliefs, emotions, and internal images you carry daily. When aligned with abundance, you naturally attract circumstances that confirm it. But when contaminated by doubt, manifestation stalls. Psalm 23 offers an antidote to this internal sabotage. It is not merely a prayer of trust. It is daily training for the subconscious. Each repetition strengthens the "I am supplied" and weakens the "I am lacking." This transformation does not occur in the intellect, but in vibration. Eva Hartley calls this positioning yourself in possession, living as if you have already received. It's like wearing an outfit before the occasion even arrives. You energetically prepare yourself for it. When you internalize Psalm 23 in this way, you cease to beg and begin to affirm. And one who affirms with faith attracts effortlessly. It is the law of attraction at its highest level, backed by a divine code. The great challenge is to sustain this identity, even when circumstances seem contrary. This is where many falter. They confess faith in the morning, but spend the day reinforcing fear with their words and thoughts. Psalm 23 is armor to protect your vibration. It prevents the winds of bad news or bills due from toppling your energetic field. It's like walking with an invisible shield that keeps your mind in the right place. To assume this identity, you need intentional practice. Upon waking, read Psalm 23 aloud. Feel each word as a present truth. Imagine yourself already living the abundance it describes. Throughout the day, whenever the temptation arises to say, "I can't," or "this is difficult," replace it with, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This is vibrational reprogramming happening in real time. This alignment creates a powerful magnetic field. People and opportunities begin to appear. Doors that were closed swing open. Resources arrive in unexpected ways, and most importantly, you feel guided and at peace. Eva Hartley states that when you live in this state, the flow of manifestation becomes constant. It's not an isolated miracle, it's a lifestyle. If this word resonates with you, comment "I receive" here in the comments. This isn't just engagement, it's an act of publicly declaring your vibrational identity of abundance. And if you're able, also tell me what topic you want to see here on the channel. Your participation not only aids the content, but also strengthens our collective energy. Now that we understand who you become when you live by Psalm 23, let's explore how this psalm and the manifest and receive method seamlessly connect, and how this union accelerates any manifestation you're seeking. Perhaps you've never realized it, but certain biblical passages and manifestation practices speak the exact same language, just with different words. Today, you'll see how Psalm 23 and Eva Hartley's manifest and receive method intertwine to create a direct pathway to abundance. How do Psalm 23 and manifest and receive intersect? Eva Hartley's method commences with a simple yet potent truth. You must first receive in the spirit before you perceive in the physical. Psalm 23 opens with this very same spiritual logic. It doesn't state, "The Lord will be my shepherd," or "One day I shall not want." It declares in the present tense, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This embodies the essence of manifestation, speaking as if you are already living the desired reality. When you harmonize this consciousness with the correct vibrational practice, you forge an irresistible field of attraction. This connection illustrates that faith and manifestation are not disparate entities. Faith is the root, manifestation is the fruit. Eva Hartley terms this activating the magnetic field of possession. You do not petition for abundance as a beggar, but rather express gratitude as one who has already received. Psalm 23 cultivates precisely this state. It is as if each recitation serves as an energetic activation, attuning your heart to the frequency of provision. The majority of individuals falter in manifestation because they persist in vibrating with expectation rather than certainty. Psalm 23 rectifies this from the very first verse, recalibrating your internal dialogue. Instead of thinking, "One day it will happen," you begin to affirm, "It is already so." This subtle yet profound alteration reshapes how you think, speak, and act. And within quantum physics, all of this molds the reality you experience. Eva Hartley also emphasizes the significance of feeling abundance before its tangible arrival. Psalm 23 achieves exactly this. It is a verbal tableau of a state of peace, provision, and guidance. By internalizing this imagery, your subconscious mind endeavors to actualize it. This mirrors the principle utilized by the law of attraction, but here you possess the divine assurance that God is the source. When you amalgamate these two elements, the possessive declaration of Psalm 23 and the vibrational alignment practices of manifest and receive, you enter a state of conscious creation. It is akin to tuning an instrument before playing. The melody only flows when the strings are precisely pitched. Your life begins to play at the correct frequency to attract what you desire. This union also eradicates doubt, as it integrates vibrational science with divine promise. It transcends mere belief that things will work out. It is the certainty that they have already transpired in the spiritual realm. And as this certainty takes root, you cease striving to force outcomes and begin allowing them to flow. It is at this juncture that the most significant miracles manifest. If this connection is illuminating something within you, comment, "I receive" below. Declare that you are ready to unite faith and manifestation into a single flow. And remember, revelation only becomes transformation when it is practiced. In the next chapter, we will learn a morning ritual to activate this code every day. If we've grasped the theory thus far, we shall now put it into practice. You will learn a morning step-by-step process to live Psalm 23 and manifest and receive as a singular daily movement of abundance. If theory opens your eyes, practice opens doors. Now, let's transform Psalm 23 and manifest and receive into a morning ritual capable of reprogramming your mind and aligning your energy with abundance every single day. The power of Psalm 23 lies not merely in its recitation, but in its conscious embodiment. Eva Hartley teaches in Manifest and Receive that the most pivotal moment to calibrate your vibration is immediately upon waking. Therefore, before engaging in any conversation, news, or task, dedicate a few minutes to attuning yourself to this code. This is when your mind remains in an alpha state, receptive to new programming. Begin by settling in a tranquil spot, closing your eyes, and taking 3 deep breaths. With each inhalation, visualize yourself absorbing divine light and provision. As you exhale, feel yourself releasing all anxiety and doubt. Then, commence reciting Psalm 23 aloud, pausing after each phrase to absorb its import. Do not rush. Feel each word as a seed sown into the fertile soil of your subconscious. As you declare, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," visualize specific scenes of your life already transformed. Envision yourself entering your dream home, settling all your debts, traveling to your desired destinations. The brain does not differentiate between imagination and reality, and this practice sends an unequivocal signal to your magnetic field. This is already mine. This is the very essence of conscious manifestation. Upon concluding the psalm, keep your eyes closed for another 60 seconds and smile, as if you have already received. Eva Hartley refers to this as the embodiment moment. It is here that the energy of the request transmutes into the energy of possession. When you rise from this practice imbued with this certainty, you commence your day vibrating at such a high frequency that you naturally attract aligned circumstances. This ritual need not exceed 5 minutes, yet its impact can be monumental. Daily repetition cultivates positive conditioning, facilitating your subconscious's acceptance of this reality as an irrefutable truth. This is how internal transformation begins to overflow into the external world. If this practice resonates with you, comment, "I receive," below. This simple act is itself part of the activation. It is your public declaration that you are prepared to live on the frequency of Psalm 23. And remember, consistency is the key to making this your new natural state. In the subsequent chapter, we will delve deeper into the concept of the magnetic field of confidence, and you will understand why, once this energy takes root, abundance ceases to be an effort and becomes a continuous flow. You've already taken the crucial first step with your morning practice. Now let's explore how to sustain that invigorating energy throughout the day, transforming newfound confidence into a magnetic force that draws in all you desire. There exists an energy that effortlessly draws blessings, much like a magnet attracts metal. This energy is called trust, and when you live the 23rd Psalm in conjunction with Manifest and Receive, it transforms into a potent magnetic field that reshapes your reality. When you declare Psalm 23 with conviction, something begins to shift within you. Anxiety loses its grip, fear dissolves, and a sense of security starts to take hold. Eva Hartley teaches that this emotional state is an invisible magnetic field that attracts opportunities, resources, and connections. It's the certainty that provision already exists and is on its way. This assurance isn't contingent on external circumstances, but on your internal vibration. Consider a child walking hand in hand with their father. They don't worry about the path ahead, nor about what they'll eat or wear. They trust, and therefore they enjoy. This is the vibrational posture that Psalm 23 imparts. When you trust in this manner, you begin to act without fear and make decisions with greater clarity. Life responds to this energy, and doors that were previously shut start to open naturally. The magnetic field of trust also serves as a safeguard against emotional sabotage. When you are insecure, you tend to act out of desperation or settle for less than you deserve. But when you are confident, you expect the best and refuse what is not aligned. Eva Hartley asserts that confidence functions as an energetic filter. allowing only that which resonates with your frequency to reach you. To maintain this field's activity, it's crucial to reinforce the energy of trust throughout the day. Whenever doubt creeps in, return to Psalm 23 mentally. Repeat, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want until peace is restored." Do not underestimate the power of this conscious repetition. Each time you return to this truth, you fortify the field and keep your energy stable. If this message resonates with you now, comment "I receive" below. This act is more than mere engagement. It's a public declaration that you choose to live by trust, not by fear. This declaration strengthens your inner commitment and aligns your subconscious to remain on this frequency. The most beautiful aspect is that, over time, trust becomes second nature. You cease scrutinizing the how and focus on the who your shepherd is, who the source of your provision is. When this happens, manifestation ceases to be a struggle and becomes a consequence. You live in the flow, and the flow lives within you. In the next chapter, we will delve into the invisible blockages that may be preventing you from fully experiencing Psalm 23. We will expose the words, thoughts, and habits that neutralize your magnetic field, and how to replace them to keep manifestation active. You already know how to create the magnetic field of confidence. Now we'll reveal the hidden saboteurs that weaken this energy and how to eliminate them to keep your manifestation flowing correctly. Sometimes it's not what you do that blocks your manifestation. It's what you say and think without realizing it. Today, we'll expose the hidden saboteurs that weaken Psalm 23 and have prevented many from living the abundance that was already ready for them. Many people recite Psalm 23 in the morning, but spend the rest of the day reinforcing the energy of scarcity. They say, "I shall not want," upon waking, yet later find themselves uttering, "I can't," "It's too difficult," or "It won't work out." This vibrational incoherence nullifies the power of the code. Eva Hartley teaches in Manifest and Receive, "If you cannot speak faith, remain silent until you can." Words are energetic commands, and the universe responds to all of them, not just the ones you consciously utter. Another common block is disguised doubt. You repeat the psalm, but internally question if it will truly work. This hesitation weakens your magnetic field, because doubt signals that you have not yet assumed the vibrational identity of possession. In the Bible, James 1:6 warns that whoever asks with doubt is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. Faith and doubt cannot inhabit the same heart if you wish to manifest consistently. There is also the habit of anxiously seeking signs, as if needing proof to continue believing. This is different from perceiving signs within the flow. When you truly trust, you know the shepherd is already guiding the path, even if you don't see all the details yet. Anxiety is like pressing a pause button on manifestation. One of the strongest saboteurs is the environment. Words and attitudes from those around you can interfere with your vibration. If you share your dreams with those who sow doubt, you are allowing contrary seeds to fall into the soil of your mind. Therefore, protect your energetic field. Choose carefully whom you share your declarations of faith with. If this message brings clarity to you, comment "I receive" here. Declare that from today forward, you will guard your words and thoughts so that no saboteur has a foothold. This vigilance is not paranoia, it is spiritual self-care. And remember, every time you perceive and remove a block, your magnetic field becomes purer and more potent. Psalm 23 does not need external help to function. It simply needs a clean channel to flow through. That channel is you. In the next chapter, we will discuss the most extraordinary promise of Psalm 23, the table prepared in the presence of your enemies. You will understand its vibrational and spiritual significance and how to transform this revelation into visible manifestation. Now that we have removed the blockages, it is time to make room for the extraordinary. In the next chapter, we will discover the power of the prepared table and how it can be the pinnacle of manifestation in your life. What if I told you that the greatest manifestation is not just receiving what you asked for, but receiving so abundantly that even those who doubted you will bear witness? Psalm 23 calls this a prepared table, and today you will understand the vibrational significance of this promise. Psalm 23 states, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." This is not merely about provision, but provision with purpose. Eva Hartley calls this testimonial manifestation, when your victory serves as inspiration and proof for others. It's not about humbling those who doubted, but about revealing the greatness of God and the universal flow of abundance. It's when your life becomes a living testament. Vibrationally, this prepared table is the visible materialization of your inner alignment. You have maintained faith, cultivated trust, eliminated saboteurs, and now the magnetic field is so strong that nothing can impede the harvest. The moment of the table is the apex of manifestation. It's when everything you've declared begins to appear in the physical world clearly and abundantly. Interestingly, the Bible doesn't say the table will be prepared in secret. On the contrary, it will be before those who disbelieved. This reinforces the idea that your manifestation is not just for you. It's also to strengthen the faith of others. Eva Hartley teaches that true abundance always overflows. You receive so much that you can't help but share. To live this promise, one must understand that the prepared table doesn't happen at the beginning of the journey. It is the fruit of an inner preparation process. The shepherd led you through green pastures, guided you by still waters, restored and strengthened you. Only then comes the table. This is the pattern. First alignment, then abundance. If this word is touching your spirit, comment, "I receive here." Declare that you are ready to live not just provision, but conspicuous provision, the kind that inspires and transforms those around you. This declaration activates an inner commitment to the greatness that God has already prepared. When this table manifests, there is no denying the power of the code. Everything that seemed distant arrives in an orderly and perfect manner. This is where Psalm 23 is fulfilled in its entirety: peace, direction, abundance, and honor. And the best part? This is just the beginning, because the journey continues. In the next chapter, we will discuss how to maintain the flow of manifestation after the table has been served. Because receiving is only one part, remaining on the right frequency is what guarantees continuous abundance. You are about to understand that abundance doesn't cease when the table is set. In the next chapter, we will learn how to remain on the correct frequency so that provision continues to flow without interruption. Receiving is wonderful, but remaining in the flow is even more important. Today you will learn how to maintain the frequency of abundance after it arrives so that your table never becomes empty. One of the biggest mistakes people make is to relax in their vibration once they receive what they asked for. They cease cultivating faith, diminish daily practices, and without realizing it, begin to lose alignment. Eva Hartley teaches that manifestation isn't an event, it's a continuous state. Just as Psalm 23 is lived daily, the frequency of abundance needs to be maintained every single day. The secret to staying in the flow is constant gratitude. When you give thanks not only for what you've received, but also for what's yet to come, you keep your magnetic field active. Manifest and Receive calls this the return loop. What you value tends to multiply. Gratitude is like fuel that keeps the manifestation engine running non-stop. Another important point is to continue affirming your vibrational identity. Remember, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," isn't a phrase for times of need. It's for every day. This way, you keep your subconscious trained to operate on the frequency of provision, not fear. Also, beware of the ego. When abundance arrives, the temptation to believe everything depends solely on you increases. But Psalm 23 reminds us that the source is the shepherd, not the sheep. Recognizing this dependence fosters humility and preserves the flow. When the ego takes over, the energy of gratitude and alignment begins to dissipate. If this message resonates with you, comment "I receive" below. It's a simple yet powerful act because it publicly reaffirms that you not only desire to receive, but are committed to remaining aligned. This strengthens your internal commitment to constancy. To maintain the flow, create small alignment routines. Recite Psalm 23 in the morning and at night, practice 3 minutes of daily visualization, and keep a gratitude journal. These simple practices prevent your frequency from dropping and ensure that abundance continues to multiply. In the next chapter, we'll discuss how to use this frequency not just to maintain what you have, but to expand and attract even greater things. Because Psalm 23 and Manifest and Receive don't just call you to sustain, they call you to continuously grow. Now that you know how to stay on frequency, it's time to learn how to expand it. Let's discover how to transform current abundance into an even greater harvest. Abundance wasn't made to remain stagnant. It was made to grow. And when you live Psalm 23 alongside Manifest and Receive, you discover that God doesn't just supply, He expands. Today we'll discuss how to multiply what has already come your way. Psalm 23 doesn't conclude at the prepared table. It continues by stating, "My cup overflows." This is the language of expansion. Eva Hartley teaches that when you maintain the correct frequency, abundance not only sustains itself, but naturally grows. This is the principle of overflowing. When your inner self is full, the excess flows outward, creating an impact around you. Expansion means using what you have to create more. If abundance has arrived, it's not merely for your comfort, but to open new doors and opportunities. This might involve investing in something, learning a new skill, or even helping others. Every act aligned with the energy of abundance broadens your magnetic field. To achieve this, you must cultivate a growth mindset. Psalm 23 reminds you that provision is continuous, not finite. In Manifest and Receive, Eva Hartley refers to this as a growing flow mindset, believing that each blessing is a starting point, not a final destination. This mindset prevents stagnation and ensures you remain perpetually open to receiving more. Expansion is also intrinsically linked to generosity. The overflow isn't solely for yourself, it's meant to bless others. By sharing what you possess, you send a message to the universe that you trust in the source, and those who trust never fear scarcity. This is precisely why generous individuals continue to attract more. If this message resonates with you, comment "I receive" below. Declare your readiness not just to maintain, but to multiply. This declaration activates your subconscious to seek growth opportunities in all your endeavors. Another crucial aspect is the continuous visualization of new goals and experiences. Do not confine your imagination to what you have already accomplished. Envision yourself going further, reaching new heights, living out new dreams. The clearer this vision becomes, the more swiftly your reality will align to match it. In the next chapter, we will conclude this journey by synthesizing all the principles and practices we've explored, enabling you to live Psalm 23 and Manifest and Receive as a lifestyle, constant, growing, and transformative. We've reached the home stretch. We will consolidate everything we've learned so that you leave here not just inspired, but equipped to live an abundant life every single day. Every journey has a destination, but this one you embarked upon with Psalm 23 and Manifest and Receive doesn't conclude here. It continues daily. Today, we will bring together all the keys you've received so that you may live in perpetual abundance. Throughout this journey, we have seen that Psalm 23 is not merely a biblical text, but a spiritual and vibrational code that, when applied in conjunction with Eva Hartley's Manifest and Receive, transforms your reality. We began by understanding that the declaration, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," is more than mere words. It is identity. Subsequently, we learned that this identity creates a magnetic field that attracts what you desire. We discovered that morning practice, vigilance against saboteurs, and unwavering trust are the foundations that sustain this energy. Without these practices, the frequency wavers and manifestation loses its potency. But with consistency, you keep the channel clear for provision to flow. We also spoke of the prepared table, the moment when God and the universe deliver their blessings so tangibly that even the doubters bear witness. This is the apex of manifestation, but not the end. Maintenance and expansion follow, because abundance was not meant to stagnate. Now you understand that receiving is only the first part. Remaining and multiplying are the subsequent steps. This is where Psalm 23 becomes a lifestyle, not an isolated event. You wake up declaring, live aligned, and sleep in gratitude. And at this rhythm, you create a reality where miracles are commonplace. If this journey has resonated with you, comment, "I receive," here in the comments. Not merely for engagement, but as a prophetic act of agreement with the abundance already flowing into your life. Your words possess power, and today you can wield them to seal this new phase. Remember, Psalm 23 is the promise of a God who guides, provides, and honors. Manifest and receive is the strategy for aligning mind, heart, and energy with this promise. Together, they form a key that unlocks any door. But the key only works if you turn it every day. Therefore, starting today, live with the certainty that you lack nothing, that your table is already being prepared, and that your cup overflows. Because when you believe and vibrate with this truth, no force is capable of preventing abundance from manifesting in your life. Son, daughter, if you've reached this point, understand this. Psalm 23 is not merely poetry. It's a spiritual code that realigns your frequency and unlocks doors no one can shut. Just as David declared, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," you must declare, vibrate, and embody this truth until it becomes integral to your identity. Today, I don't just want you to hear this message. I want you to internalize it. Let every cell in your body, every thought, and every decision breathe with the certainty that you are already being guided by the shepherd who knows the path to your provision, your healing, and your prosperity. However, remember, faith without practice is merely theory. Take what you've learned today and put it into action. Employ the manifest and receive method, not as another technique, but as a daily covenant with the word. Declare, visualize, and give thanks as if it were already reality, because in the spiritual realm, it already is. I know there are battles you face in silence. I know there are nights when it feels like God is silent. But his silence is not absence, it is strategy. He is preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies, as the psalm says. Now, I want you to write in the comments, "I receive and manifest Psalm 23 in my life." This is not just a phrase, it's a prophetic key to seal your decision before the spiritual realm. Furthermore, tell me in the comments which biblical code or manifestation principle you'd like to learn next here on the channel. Your participation directs what God desires to release upon this community. So, rise today with the assurance that you have not been forgotten. The Lord is guiding you to still waters, to green pastures, and to an overflowing cup. Walk with this authority, because I will be here as your spiritual mentor to remind you, you were born to manifest and receive. If this message transformed how you view Psalm 23, share this video and carry this word to more people. And remember, abundance is not a destination, it's a journey, and you are already on it.